Outside the Book from the Southern Kentucky Bookfest continues. I'm Barbara Deeb. We're very honored to have with us Dr. Mary Ellen Miller, who is going to share the story of her most recent publication, Every Leaf a Mirror. Thank you for being here.
Well, thank you for having me.
Let's talk a little bit about a Jim Wayne Miller reader. People are familiar with your late husband, Jim Wayne Miller, and you decided to collaborate and put together this book.
I worked with my co-editor, Morris Scruggs, who's here, minding my purse, right? But his role was a lot more important than that. I'm not sure I could have done the book without Morris. I did the poetry section and the introductions for it and an essay on it. He did, and I also did some of the fiction. He did the criticism and the fiction and criticism and essays and fiction.
And did you need the collaboration because of the intimacy and the close? It's almost like you need a point of detachment when you're dealing with something.
Absolutely. I had known Morris since he was a student here. Also knew that he had published 2 successful books with University Press of Kentucky, which is where we were going because we were invited to. I was invited to do this book, which I was enormously thrilled and excited about. That was the first. And so I got my co-editor and we went to work. And working with the work of your late husband is a different kind of experience.
Especially when he was so revered. I mean, he was, and popular, and I mean, this is a difficult subject to deal with.
Yeah. He was revered and popular. And I tried to choose poems that I knew he was particularly happy with and that many people had asked about or asked to have copies of or something. Then I chose some that were not very well known, that had not even been published, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
And then I chose some that were my particular favorites. And a few of them were not his particular favorites, but I wanted to get my point of view in there somewhere, so I did that. And then the job of sorting them into categories, which I did, which he had never done. There wasn't any occasion to. So I poems about family, poems about home, the mountains, and so on, poems about other poets. So that was sort of heartbreaking, but it was a very, very wonderful experience at the same time.
Can we go so far as to say a labor of love?
Labor of love was exactly how I thought of it.
Jim Wayne Miller, for those of you that had the opportunity to know him and to love him, you more than anyone, he was so gracious. He came to my literary club once to do my program.
He was a big admirer of yours.
Well, thank you. But for those watching, what would you want them to know about your late husband?
I say in my introductory essay that he was kind of a two-sided person. And he was, both in personality and in interest. He was very much at ease at the lectern, reading his poetry, giving commencement addresses, serving on academic panels. But he was happiest when he was wading around in the mud and trout fishing at his home in North Carolina, or going fishing here in Barren River Lake. That was his great passion outside of his work and his family.
And his family, of course.
Yeah.
And we're delighted to have you join us today.
Well, I'm delighted to be here.
Dr. Mary Ellen Miller, who has crafted a labor of love. It's called Every Leaf a Mirror, a Jim Wayne Miller reader.